I'm just going to talk about, did the NFL drop the ball in its apology this week? So Roger Goodell came out with an apology stating that—
Who is Roger Goodell?
Commissioner of the NFL,
Okay.
well paid, by the way. He basically stated that the NFL was wrong in how they handled the protests that started, 3 years ago, and basically condemned racism and stated plain and simple, Black Lives Matter. So what we want to talk about is, did they drop the ball there? Now, me personally, I think it takes a big person to admit they're wrong. But in this case, Roger Goodell is basically the go-between the players and the owners. So I don't know if this is factual or not, but to me, in order for him to come out and say this, the owners had to agree. That's what I think, because he actually works for the owners and gets paid handsomely. I think it's with incentives, $40 million a year. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I look a bit less than you, but go on.
Tough job. Well, tough job. So the one thing I haven't heard, and I was just talking about the owners, I haven't heard from any owner. And that kind of tripped me out, because people like the Dallas Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, is very outspoken. Has anybody heard from Jerry? I haven't. Have y'all?
I haven't. And my feeling on this is that right now it's almost like it's a trendy thing to jump on to say you agree with this, right? Because what has changed from the time when Colin Kaepernick took a knee and basically hasn't worked in the NFL since? Absolutely nothing has changed. The same thing was happening then. He clearly said it's about social injustice. It's not about the military. It's not about the flag. It's not about any of that. So nothing on the ground has changed. But now, because so many people are enraged, now
right.
Goodell has the stance. Or you have like NASCAR come out today and say, Confederate flags are no longer allowed, right? So now in 2020,
taking statues down.
Now you realize that is wrong. And so Mitt Romney, actually marching in a protest and literally said the words "Black Lives Matter." So I'm glad to see this movement. However, color me skeptical about how genuine it is, because I think right now a lot of people just don't want to get run over by social media. They want the social media mob to come after them and boycott things, and hundreds of millions of people start going at you. So a lot of people are saying, okay, let me just speak something. But yeah, you can speak something and say something. But as we talked about in the previous segment, what are you going to do? What are you going to actually put your effort and money and resources and time behind helping us move this ball? We're just talking about football, moving 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards. Are you going to actually help? Or are you just going to sit in your multi-million-dollar house, put on your FaceTime and make a statement, put it out there, and everything is good? So I'm glad to see he said something. I'm glad to see these other big companies who have said something. But it's easy to say something. What are you going to do?
Right.
And we don't know that until time. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm skeptical. I'm glad to see, but I'm skeptical.
Very skeptical. You are right. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah. So I have my reservations also, right? Because a lot of these institutions, I look at their bottom line, and I'm sure they have been looking at their bottom line too, to ensure that they're protected, right? So is you're coming out to protect your bottom line, or is you coming out genuinely to say something? We look at the NBA, for example. A lot of the teams in the NBA have spoke up, but the Knicks, they have been reluctant to be a part of what's going on until they were pressured. So I don't.
From the Rockets.
The Rockets as an organization haven't really been vocal, but the players have, right? But the Knicks instructed their folks not to. So that was kind of weird, right? But then Mike Dolan, he's been consistent in his stance with everything, right? We understand that. But I will say I agree with this. I don't want you to tell me that you have changed. I don't want to tell me that you respect me now. I want you to show me. Show me, right? Just like if we put it at a different level of life or whatever, you know, and you're in an abusive relationship, I'm sure the one who is being abused does not want to hear that you have changed while you're smacking them. You get what I'm saying? They want you to stop hitting them. They want you to stop laying hands on them. That's what they want. Are you going to do that, or else I'm going to leave?
Damn, Blade, bring it home.
So when you look at it from that simplest form, it's exactly what we're telling these bigger organizations. Yes, we know that you want the 4th of July sale, big sale deal. Yes, we know that you want us to continue to spend our money in your, but you're not representing us. You're not standing up for us. You're not using your platform for the betterment. Matter of fact, the things that you're contributing, the political affiliations that you have shown that you're against what we are or who we are. You understand? So that's what I want to see. Jeff Bezos, he came out, he said what he said, respect that.
What name Bezos?
Owner Amazon, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Well, we're Jamaican, we say BZ, Z. So, that's one of the things he was willing to do. You look at from Starbucks, from they had the incident with the 2 guys in Starbucks. They have been vocal, they have been active, in supporting us, not just with lip service, but with their financial contributions. You understand? That's what we want to see. We want to see
Now, to be fair, the NFL has donated a lot of resources and money to the cause.
Yeah, but this is.
Is that hush money, or is that money to affect change? Am I giving you this? Because I look at I look at what the NFL did as far as the money that they gave. The same way I look at a husband who just beat up his wife and carry a bouquet of flowers to say I'm sorry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is it genuine that I've changed and I'm doing this, or is it hush money?
Right. Because money is a small portion of this. It's not really a money thing. What's the guy? The one who was protesting with Cap was the 49, the safety. What's his name again?
Eric Reed.
Yeah.
Eric Reed.
So he was making a statement, and he put like the yes, you donated some money, some 0.00 something of revenue. So it's not like a financial sacrifice, but yes, that money is appreciated. But going beyond that, something as simple as the Colin Kaepernick thing. I still can't really get over this, because when you look at, it's not like this was a scrub quarterback, right? I mean, yeah, he wasn't in his absolute prime, but he was capable of playing. And
he was a Super Bowl quarterback who was a few plays away from being a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
One pass away.
Yeah. So not just one pass. It was a missed holding call against the Ravens. I'm a 49ers fan, so still back. Anyway.
After the lights went out and all that.
Yeah. So, the fact that he cannot get a job because he decided to silently, not on the field on the 50-yard line, making up noise and drawing it, marching in, black boots. No, he's simply kneeling on the sideline. And we don't bring that shit over here. We don't want to hear that. And because of that, the man has not played in the NFL since. So
for years,
so that to me indicates what you really feel, right? If I give somebody $1, that's basically equivalent of what the NFL does. Yes, somebody may appreciate that $1, but it wasn't like a big sacrifice to me. It's not like they're giving tons of money. You know what I mean? But it's appreciated.
Yeah. I mean,
but show me your stance by how you respect the players' rights.
Right, I agree with both of y'all. Now, like Chris said, what has changed since 2016 when all this started? Nothing. The only thing that's changed is we actually have the NFL's attention. We have the owner's attention because this is something that's in the news right now. You know, we have protests all over the world because of it, okay? So they're actually trying to, in my opinion, protect themselves. They want to be on the right side of history, okay? They don't want to be the franchise that, you know, frowned upon this when, you know, we look back on it. You know, so this is the popular thing to do, so that's what they're doing. Now, admitting you're wrong is one thing, but how do you fix it? Okay, what are the steps you take in order to fix it? And how do you apologize without mentioning the said person that started the whole conversation? Okay, just like Blade said, you know, he used his analogy, you know, a wife getting beaten and the husband, you know, says, you know, I'm sorry. Okay, so what next? Okay, how are you going to respond from that? Now, to me, the first thing that needs to happen is Kaepernick needs to be given an opportunity. And I'm not saying given a job, given a fair shake. Yeah. Like you said, he was maybe not the best quarterback, but he's definitely able to make a roster at this point. Yeah. I mean, some of the quarterbacks that I've seen, I mean, come on now. Gardner, I'm not even going into that. But give him an opportunity. Now, it's a catch-22 because if given that opportunity and he does not perform, then they're gonna say, "Oh, I told you so." You know,
I told you so.
Yeah, I told you so.
They haven't played in 3 years.
Yeah, but that's gonna be it. Yeah. I told you so. That's why he didn't make it 3 years ago. Okay, right. So it's that. And if he does, is Colin Kaepernick a backup or is he a starter?
Wherever he fits on the roster, he fits. But give him a fair shot.
Right.
I personally think that he should get a fair shot. And I think that at this point, I really don't want to see, me personally, I don't want to see him playing football like that because of exactly what you just said. They're going to use that as their loophole to probably deconstruct everything that has been built, right? Because they're going to be judging him as no. Think about it. If you've been going to the gym working out for a year and you miss 2 years of going to the gym, you can't just go back into the gym and pick up 100-pound dumbbell and go right at it.
Being in shape and football shape is two different things.
No. I'm not talking about
taking a hit.
I'm talking football shape.
Totally That's what I'm talking about.
So when you look at it from that perspective, I want him to get the job. And so, you know what? I appreciate it. I thank you guys. It's 2 years too late, you know, and move on to other things. Because I think that little loophole that they have to poke at is extremely dangerous to everything that we as a collective are working for, personally. But do I want him to get it? Yes. I say, okay, finally, I got it. Thanks. It's kind of like a guy who go back to the team and retire with the team that you were with. Yeah. Give him the opportunity to retire, to walk away, versus you guys freezing him out. Yeah, you know.
Just like
from what I've heard.
Go on.
Yeah, from what I've heard, he said he's more eager than ever to get back. So I just hope he's number one physically prepared, and number two mentally prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
First,
that brings me to the last two questions I want to talk about is. And this is just light. Where do y'all think he would fit? Think about some teams right now.
You know what? The first team that came to mind, and because that was one of the first teams I heard mentioned of where he would fit, was Seattle, right? I mean, just the style of play, the way Russell. I mean, he can play in that offense. It's similar to what they ran when he was with San Francisco. So you know, a system that Kaepernick, his strength is the fact that he's a dual threat. He can pass and he can run. He's not a standard drop back, Tom Brady, Roethlisberger type of quarterback. Get him on the move and give him some options. He would fit here in Houston because the shot is that way. But Bob McNair is dead now, so they might be able to bring him.
I kind of think that he probably would fit good in the dog pound because that's a loaded team with a liability quarterback. Yeah.
No. They need leadership. Where no, they need a strong core.
No.
So I was thinking about your team, Blade. What about Pittsburgh?
So Pittsburgh has an awesome system. They have an awesome system that he would fit in, right? I haven't really been paying much attention to them the last few years, other than highlights on SportsCenter. So I can't give you the detail. I just can't give you.
Danny's getting up there. And who's their replacement?
They don't really have one that makes sense right now. They have Landry Jones, I think, but they don't have one that makes sense. So
they don't have a mobile QB system, though.
No,
they don't really have that kind of system.
No, but they have a.
Now, you know what would be nice if they didn't sign somebody? I would love to see him in New Orleans.
Oh,
love to see him in New Orleans. Him and Drew Brees right now. Is that a statement?
Actually,
no, think about it.
Drew needs that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Look at that statement. Look at that statement.
Drew, you better be on the phone.
Old buddy up in Boston who been hanging out with Meek Mill and stuff. You know, he might shock the world.
Nah, you ain't gonna work there. It don't work.
It's not going to do it, Glenn.
It ain't gonna work there.